What's going on YouTube? JT Born here, and welcome back to another edition of my DC comic book reviews. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about Detective Comics, issue number 1048. This one's written by Mariko Tamaki, with the backup written by Matthew Rosenberg. This is part 2 of the 12 straight weeks of Detective Comics. Before, I'm sure they probably will go on a bit of a break. I mean, 12 straight weeks is kind of an insane amount, but this is their big weekly event, so look forward to that. Covers have been pretty interesting too. They're really done in like a photorealistic sense. And to the point where, like, were people actually posing for these pictures, or is it just, let's create something super hyper photorealistic? But this part 2 of the whole Arkham Tower thing, which why you call it Arkham Tower and put it in the middle of the city is beyond me, considering all the stuff that's happened in Gotham. But at this point, Gotham's just kind of crazy. We get into the backstory of Dr. Weir, who we saw in the last issue at some point is going to get chucked out a window and get killed. We see he had a bit of a troubled childhood with his mom, who was completely psychotic and trying to kill people. So, like, with him, there's a bit of a sense of, like, he's kind of playing both sides a little bit. Like, he can be manipulative if he wanted to kind of get things his way, but you also get the sense that he really kind of wants to change things. But I don't know, it's still kind of a bit of a mystery. We also have Kate Kane going undercover as a doctor to try and infiltrate the facility and try and see what's going on here and why everything seems to be going pitch perfect. We also have Chase Meridian kind of working there. You can see Mr. Freeze. Everyone else is kind of walking around like, what's going on here? Is it drugs? Is it some sort of mind control? That's still part of the mystery that we're unfolding here, but I like what they're doing with this storyline so far. And yeah, so we got that going on there, and basically Oracle's working with her. We get a little bit of that Anna Volshin character. And yeah, so pretty much the characters involved here, they're all kind of working together, are Kate Kane, Barbara Gordon, Dick Grayson, and obviously Cassandra Cain. But other than that, like, I don't know if many of the other Batman, I think Steph will probably work in there too at some point. But we got that going on here. They're all just trying to figure out what's really going on with the Arkham Tower. They built a little bit of a new headquarters underground, which makes me wonder, like, how many headquarters do they have in the city at this point? Because we have that thing in the Batgirls book with Barbara Gordon and Stephanie and Cass, where they have their own little abandoned building here, but now she's got like an underground facility here. And also, isn't Oracle Network kind of compromised right now? I don't know how it all kind of lines up. Like I said, like, the way the characters are written in the Batgirls book, it's very distinctly different from everything else that's going on. That's a more like fun, lighthearted book, but the characterization kind of makes them a little bit more childish. So you got that going on there. And yeah, so that's that. Then in the backup storyline, where the last week I did talk about how it didn't really make sense to take a kid whose parents were just murdered by the Joker to Arkham Asylum. So yeah, this kid's going through some trauma. Harleen Quinzel is studying him. The kid at one point wanders off to use the bathroom, runs into Clayface, which nobody is seemingly guarding. There is kind of a nice moment between Clayface and the kid where he's just been like looking out for him and just kind of playing with him, because the kid doesn't know any better. This kid has been through some serious trauma. His parents were just gutted by the Joker, and then he sees Joker, then he sees Batman. It's kind of a scary situation for this kid. So Bruce Wayne also comes in because he also wants to look out for this kid. He's like, look, what happened to that kid was just horrible, and he's there to kind of look out for him. So I like that aspect of Bruce going in there, trying helping this kid out. Clayface, like I said, it's kind of a misunderstood moment where he wasn't really going to harm the kid. He was just kind of like, all right, well, yeah, let's play a little bit, kid. So just kind of looking out for him. So you get to see a bit of a sympathetic side to Clayface, which I like that aspect to that. And then kind of as it's kind of ending, he's sent to a special place for kids who have been, you know, through some sort of trauma. And Batman's just gonna be like, I promise I'll look out for you. So we'll see where this thing goes from here. In a way, it kind of mirrors what's going on with Tobias or Dr. Weir in the previous thing, where his family in that, like, kind of showing the child perspective, but showing things in a different thing, a bit of a different perspective after what happened, kind of dealing with stuff with Arkham, all the crazy stuff that's associated with that, and just seeing how, like, they're going to kind of go on two different paths in a way. So I thought that was kind of interesting. Overall consensus, like I said, I did enjoy this particular issue. I do think it kind of rectified some of the issues I had with the previous thing, like, why would you send a kid to Arkham? But then again, Bruce Wayne kind of comes there immediately, like, we're going to get this kid out of here. This is not a good place for this kid. But you also kind of get the sense that, like, with Harleen Quinzel, they're like, oh, this is a great opportunity to study a kid. Like, do you really want to help him? No, we want to study him. So, like, you can see some of that darkness that's kind of lingering within her before she fully becomes infatuated with the Joker and kind of changes everything. So you got that going on there. But art style is, you know, fine in each particular issue. Nothing really stood out to me as like this, wow, holy shit, this is some really fantastic artwork. I think the artwork works fine, but like compared to what Dan Mora was doing, with Tamaki beforehand, like, it's going to feel like a slight step down. But then again, a lot of other artists kind of working on things aren't going to be on the same level as what Dan Morrow was doing in Detective Comics. So, but I think the art here works fine. I kind of like the photorealistic covers here, so I thought those were kind of interesting. But yeah, that's all I really have to say. Tell me your thoughts of the issue in the comment section down below. Be sure to like that video, share with your friends, subscribe to the YouTube channel for more content. Be sure to come back next time, as I'll be talking about the Joker issue. Then I think I got 2 more comics, and then yeah, so trying to get everything caught up before the new week of comics comes up. So yep, that's all I gotta say. As always, take care now, bye bye then, and I will see you all in the next video. Peace.